25 sacrifices you need to make to become a model. Every job requires a sacrifice. There are several consequences to bear when someone decides to choose a certain way of life. This includes becoming a model. A lot of us aspire to be professional models, especially women. Wearing brand name clothes and walking on the catwalk just seems to be a beautiful way of life. But did you know that the modeling world is not always as pretty as it looks? Behind the sparkles and luxury, being a model itself is not easy. Do you know what it takes to be a professional model? Let's take a look at 25 sacrifices you need to make to become a model. Number 1. Money, especially at the beginning of your career. In pursuing a career, many need to sacrifice a lot of money. This also applies to starting a career as a model. To become a professional model, it takes a long process, especially when you're starting from zero. When applying to a talent agency, a prospective model needs to set a strategy to gain attention. It also includes makeup and outfit required. Not only that, but the cost of beauty treatment is also not cheap, not to mention traveling to various places for interviews or auditions. This is only the tip of the iceberg. Once you are a model, you still need to invest in skincare and body treatments to maintain your look and style. Number 2. Time spent away from family and friends. Once you're in the modeling world, you will spend more time away from family and friends. This is inevitable, especially when you mostly go on out-of-town or abroad assignments. Being a model also requires a lot of practice time, especially in the beginning. Photo shoots and catwalk exercises, for example, certainly require more than just a short amount of time. Quite often, there's also a quarantine time in a designated dormitory for the models before a fashion show. Number 3. Draining energy. Every job requires energy, and so does being a model. When you chose to be a model, sacrificing energy is no longer a secret. Whether you're at the start of your career or already a high-class model, the audition process sometimes consists of several stages. Not to mention the energy drained for photo shoots and catwalk practices. Feeling tired is something you will be acquainted with, even though all will be paid off. Number 4. Say goodbye to privacy. Model life is similar to celebrity life. Take a look at our girls Gigi Hadid and Barbara Palvin. They are popular. Once you've become as popular, say goodbye to privacy. A lot of fans will be curious about your personal life. From your past life, romance, to wherever you go, you will be the center of attention for many. Unfortunately, this is very common. This then concludes being a model means having to let go of some of your privacy. That said, many fans will also respect your privacy. Number 5. Irregular sleeping time. Sleeping time often has to be sacrificed during a project, both photo shoots or fashion shows. Photo shoot time itself can be erratic. Not everyone is willing to wait on you like they would Gigi. Most models must follow the existing schedule. Not to mention if it gets delayed for hours and hours. On the other side, fashion shows are usually held at night, so it's common that one night you have to sleep early for the next day's sessions, while on another you can't. Number 6. Health issues. Once a good night's sleep becomes rare, health can be an issue. Energy drain can affect our health, especially when you need to push yourself from one audition to another. Even once you're at the top, your health is still vulnerable. From a photo shoot session in Italy to important events in Monaco, each requires a lot of energy. Besides, as a model, you need to maintain your weight. That said, you can avoid this by keeping everything in balance. Number 7. No more anonymity on social media. The presence of social media has brought us plenty of benefits. Looking for sources of entertainment and communicating with loved ones are some of them. Although it has many positive sides, social media can also be filled with negativity, such as hate speech. Being a model means you are in the spotlight. Expect negative vibes to haunt your social media. No matter how good of a person you are, there will be people who spread salty comments or even send you disturbing private messages on social media. Blocking them or avoiding social media completely may not be an option, as you need to be seen to promote yourself. So you will have to endure this negativity. There's no other way. Number 8. Bye-bye, cheat meals. Ask any Victoria's Secret angel, they will tell you how difficult dieting can be. Being a model means having to put extra care into your body. Not only daily exercise, but your food intake must also be controlled. A model usually maintains strict eating patterns, especially before a show. Things get even stricter. Yes, you may have bad meals on your cheat days, but there are some meals you will have to avoid once and for all. Sweet food, high-calorie foods, and especially junk food are some of them. Sugar-loaded drinks are a big no-no. Chrissy Teigen once admitted how she misses eating fried chicken. You're probably watching this video while eating a piece of fried chicken yourself. Imagine having to say goodbye to that goodness. That's something you'll have to deal with if you want to be a model. Number 9. Professional demands. Modeling is a demanding job. For instance, the market demands you to be beautiful or have an ideal body figure, not to mention having to do a photo shoot over and over again when the results are less than satisfactory. Like it or not, a model must try to survive in a demanding world. Often, the model is asked to do something they consider inappropriate too. Strong values and convictions are a must-have. Number 10. Having to face endless criticism. While you can always block hate speech, criticism will always be there. As a model, you're not at all free from criticism. When your photo shoot results do not meet clients' expectations, for example, is something you will have to face. Not to mention the people who are just salty towards you, whatever the reason behind it. Patience is the least you should have. That said, not all criticism is negative, and you can use it as a tool for learning. Number 11. Trial and error before scoring a big project. That might never come. Models share similarities with actors. They're making money from projects or period-based contracts. When there's no project, there's no work, which equals no income. Sometimes they completely depend on the talent agency. However, it's not uncommon for a model to look for their own project without the help of experts. Making connections, attending show after show, this takes time and effort. Number 12. Foes over friends. In a world of massive technological developments, everything is easy to get, but it also makes the competition even harder. Everyone is competing to be the best. The modeling world is no exception. A prospective model must be able to convince the talent agency. Yet sometimes they only have one spot for all the candidates, including you and dozens of other candidates. Making friends at work? That is highly unlikely. Number 13. Living with stereotypes. I've found that a lot of people think this profession only relies on faces, and that's only one of the most common modeling stereotypes. Being a model, you just can't simply shake these off. No matter how the world has developed, there are still those who stick to these stereotypes. Are you willing to swallow your pride? Number 14. Less me time. Forget time with family, friends, and even loved ones. Even having some time for yourself alone will be difficult, not to mention if you're still pursuing a career. Project after project, practice after practice, there's not enough time in the world to balance everything with your quality me time. Number 15. Education. The modeling industry is one career path that is difficult to obtain and maintain. Not infrequently, one must leave academic education to be a model. Most talent agencies look for models with an age range of 16 to 21 years. If you intend to dive into the world of modeling, discuss this first with your next of kin, considering education is significant in this day and age. Number 16. Failing over and over again. Sometimes the struggle is not always smooth. Early in a model's career, the struggle comes from failing to get a good project over and over again. Rejection from one talent agency to another, for example, is something you have to deal with. Ask any successful model, this is something that they have in common. Number 17. Pride. Not infrequently, some clients or photographers push a model outside of their comfort zone, and most of the time, you cannot refuse what they ask you to do if you want to keep the job. Will you be able to keep everything positively in line with your own values? Number 18. Romance. I've heard of romance stories between models and fellow public figures. I'm sure you have too. This says a lot about a model's love life. 1, it's out there for public consumption. 2, it's hard to find the one. Not having enough time to build a good love life is challenging. It's safe to say that the more successful you are in your career, the less you'll be in your love life. Not to mention, some talent agencies forbid their models to be in a serious relationship. Now the question is, are you ready to face this consequence? Number 19. Cutting ties with ordinary friends. If you think forbidding a model to date is outrageous, wait until you hear some that ask you to hang out with fellow models only. Usually this is for branding and image purposes. Whatever it is, this means you'll have to hang out less often with your friends growing up if they're not cool enough. Yup, that's the dark truth behind the modeling curtain. Number 20. The freedom to complain. A long journey can be very tiring, both physically and mentally. So does a journey of becoming a model. Complaining is human, as you can't be 100% positive all the time. However, a model who complains a lot is not someone people want to work with. It will not take you anywhere. Number 21. The dream of instant success. One may dream of becoming Barbara Palvin from the very first photo shoot, but hold on tight, you're heading on steep paths. From the start, even choosing a talent agency is not an easy thing, not to mention going through the audition process and various challenges. There's no such thing as instant success, and you better get rid of that thought from the start. Number 22. Promising salary. I, for one, thought that all models are paid big money. Just look at all the gorgeous clothes these models are wearing. But the sad truth is, not infrequently a model is not paid to do a photo shoot. Marie Claire UK reported this fact, and this is common. Only if you're as successful as Ashley Graham, you'll be making a lot of money. Number 23. Your rebellious heart. Being a yes man will not help you improve. That said, you cannot be too rebellious either. There's nothing wrong with discussing with a photographer or style designer about things that could be improvised, as long as it's reasonable and constructive. But keep in mind that you can't be a rebel, both in front of the camera and on the runway. Number 24. Having to deal with insecurity. The fierce competition in the modeling world can sometimes interfere with one's mentality. The sense of insecurity is common among models. Seeing other models that are more beautiful with a more ideal posture can be intimidating, not to mention the demands of either the talent agency or the surrounding community. What I can say is feeling insecure is human. It can help us grow. This applies as long as it does not hinder you in improving. Number 25. Time wasted. As a model, you'll spend most of your time at a shooting location, whether it's makeup prep, hairdo, or waiting for the photographer to set up. Although it looks like there's a lot of free time, there isn't much that a model can do, getting busy with a smartphone or a book at most. This may seem menial, but altogether it takes a big chunk of a model's life. That said, as long as you can make the most of it, you should be alright. So what do you think about these 25 sacrifices you need to make to become a model? There's no easy task in carrying out any work. All have their own challenges and consequences. In the modeling world, intense competition can be exhausting, not to mention the demands to always look excellent in front of the camera or on the runway. These 25 things are only the tip of the iceberg I can scratch. If you're an upcoming model yourself, do share your stories in the comment section. Tell us what you have sacrificed to be where you are right now. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.